Hey everybody, Brian here with Circle A Blades. I was asked by a friend to do a video on how I sharpen my knives and maybe give a little bit of an explanation as to types of edges and profiles and whatnot. So I drew this up real quick. Hollow grind, flat grind, convex grind. Hollow grind, this would be looking down the edge. Hollow grind would be a straight razor, something like that. Obviously the sharpest, but not nearly as strong as the others. The flat grind is kind of the in-between. That'd be like a hunting knife type of a thing, or a smaller pocket knife. And the convex grind, obviously the strongest, but not the sharpest, would be used for, a camp knife or a bigger knife. So here's my sharpening kit right here, and this is just the basic form of it. I know it looks weird. Let me show you what I have. First, I have a 1/2 inch square steel bar that I rounded the ends off on. This is 220 grit silicone carbide sandpaper. It's halfway used, halfway new. This is 100 grit sandpaper. This is a piece of cloth. It's just regular cotton cloth. This is a 2-inch wide piece of leather. It's 2 feet long. 8 to 9 ounce leather. The stuff that's all over it is jeweler's rouge and junk from stropping blades. This is my strop, and this is a chunk of jeweler's rouge. Now, on this kit, I'm going up to 220 here. Okay, you can go up to 2000 if you want. It depends upon how sharp you want the knife, how polished you want the edge, all kinds of variables. The majority of the blades I do with a convex. I believe in the convex much more so than, I'd rather have a blade that I have to sharpen, once every 10 hours of use rather than, and not be quite as sharp, than have something I gotta sharpen, every 15 minutes of use, like a hollow grind, like a straight razor. You'd have to sharpen it all the time if you were whittling wood with it, whatnot, even though they're the sharpest. Okay, now, here's how I do this. I just wrap the sandpaper around the steel bar, try to get it nice and even so that there's no wandering. See, and this is something that'd fit great in your field pack or your cargo pants or whatever. After I get it wrapped around the bar, I do swords this way too. After I get it wrapped around the bar, I kind of tighten it so it's not moving around, and I slide it up so that the steel bar isn't poking out of the top there. Here's the knife I'm going to be sharpening. This is my Warhawk model, differentially heat treated fighting bowie here. It has a convex edge. Now, the reason why the 100 grit is sitting there is I already used it. I spent 20 minutes doing the first edge on here with the 100 grit. Now what I do, this is the 220 grit. I try my hardest to just follow the edge that I already have. And I'm pushing away, but I'm pushing forward as well. And you could go both directions. If you had a lot of work to do or a chip to get out of the way. Now, a lot of videos I've seen guys say, I'll do it 10 times on this side and then 10 times on that side. They're not explaining to you what you're after. And I've already done this process with the 100 grit. which gives a real toothy edge. I'm only going to take this up to the 220 grit. A, because I'm not going to board you, and B, because I still want a little bit of a toothy edge on here. I hope it's clear what I'm doing. I'm just pushing forward. You don't have to be super snazzy about what you're doing here, and realistically until you get to your last grit. Now, let me explain to you exactly what I'm trying to accomplish by doing that. Get the piece of paper back out here. And since I'm working with the convex, okay, now what I'm trying to accomplish, I stay on one side. I sharpen one side until I can feel this burr. It'll create a burr. And to demonstrate what I mean, we'll take a look here. This was the side I was doing. It's going to be nice and smooth. No catches, no snagging, no dragging, no nothing. It's nice and smooth. When I turn the knife over, I'll feel it. It'll be a burr. It'll be an edge that it grabs my... You'll be able to see when I go that way, it doesn't scratch my thumb. When I go this way, it scratches my thumb. It's that burr. So what I do, this is the side I was working on. I'm gonna go until I get, I'm gonna stay on this side until I get a burr on the opposite side, the whole length of the blade. And with 220 grit, I already did this with the 100 grit. With the 220 grit, it shouldn't take too long. I don't have any edge damage or anything. Yeah, I've got it for the most part. You know, obviously I'm gonna rush this because I don't want to bore you with the video. When I go to the other side, I'm gonna do the same exact thing. I'm gonna stay on this side until I get the burr on this side. And it shouldn't take too long because you've already, with your 100 grit, done a real good job. And on the other side, and with the 220 grit, you did a real good job, which I didn't. I'm kind of rushing this. I don't want to 45-minute video for you here on how to sharpen a knife or a sword. Like I said, I do my swords this way too. Okay, I got it all the way. Okay, now here's where the strop comes in. Since I've got that burr on both sides, what I'm going to want to do is knock it off. I'm going to use the strop to do that. Hopefully this shows up here. Basically all I'm doing is kind of scraping it. I've got the jeweler's rouge on this leather. I want to knock that wire edge off. Okay, that was a hasty sharpening here. Hasty sharpening, let's see how she did. Oh, that's a rip. Okay, that's a 200, and realistically it's not even a good 200. That's a 100 grit. Very toothy. Now imagine if I took that all the way up to 2,000, you know, and really get on it. This puppy would be the sharpest thing you've ever held. Okay, now we're going to demonstrate this edge potential a little bit for you here. And I have several blades here. And since I'm a Zombie Tools fan, I've got the Valkyr in there for size comparison. And a butter knife. This is Bishamon. This is 1075. Carbon steel. Sculpt Suba. I made the handle material. Ring pommel. 1/4 inch thick. 3/8 stainless tubing. This is Warlord. This is the big brother to the knife I just sharpened. This blade's been sharpened too. Okay, a while ago I did a video hacking on a metal pipe, and there was no edge damage. It was really popular. I deleted the video, but I'm gonna do it again. Let's see the quality of that edge there. It's pretty good. This is Warlord. Okay, here we have a steel pipe. Let's see what we can do here. No edge damage. Here's the one we just sharpened. Here's Bishamon. This is probably the last time I'll ever do a video like this. Just because I think destruction videos are, you know, that's not how I roll. My blades should speak for themselves. I don't need a steel pipe to, you know. Okay, once again, Brian here with Circle A Blades. Thanks for watching.